Beautiful weather right now. Good to have you here on this glorious day. Hope to have a few guests in. Gonna stick around maybe for about an hour or so. We'll see how that goes. Zoe is still suffering a little bit. She's having a rough time. Just a reminder here, look at this. Be happy. If you're on Twitter, don't forget to follow me on Michael Bathurst. What is all this commotion? When is the last time you guys went to the beach and just spent some time out there? This is funny. Okay. Love is awakening within your deepest core this week. Don't lose sight of what's important in 2021. Is very true. There is an art to being happy. You know that, right? Interesting. Okay, let's try this. Ding ding. Just let your life unfold this week. Today, ask yourself, how would I like to be treated in this situation? Being kind is always the right choice. May you find peace knowing you tried to be fair and patient this week. How is everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? Do you have the woes of COVID right now? We got Hans. Ho. How are you, my friend?
Hello, sir. How are you doing this fine evening?
I thought you might be in the mood because you just had that program. It looked good. I
was very happy. I would have to say it was definitely one of the best broadcasts and one of the best conversations I've had yet. So it was great. For those who might have missed it, we were talking with Allison Straker and Stacy Johnson about empowering women in the workplace.
Yes.
Both are just extremely talented, wonderful people, and the conversation was just phenomenal. I can't thank them enough for joining the show, and what a great job they did. So honored that they were there.
Hello, Seeking 17, which is Rose. Hi, Rose. How you doing? It's so good to have you in the house. It's been a while since I've seen you across the Happs platform here. But doesn't it feel amazing when you have a really good show? I've had a couple recently where after I went, that was good. Not so good when they suck. But you know what? We talked about this before, that I think that's how you learn. You dust yourself off and get back in, right?
Right. And I don't know that they suck. They're just not as good as we might want them to be.
Mine suck.
Okay.
Let's be real. Like, when they're bad, they're really bad. Like, I find there was one, I had to quit it because it had this glitch in it where it kept cycling.
Yep.
The words. And it was even more weird is at the end of it, we went, ooh, and it kept going, ooh, ooh, over and over again and getting louder. And we never figured it out. And then today, someone messaged me and went, it did the same thing. It started looping in the broadcast. So I think it has something to do with her.
Okay.
But I went to another broadcast that I had promised I'd be at. So I just thought, okay, that's divine intervention saying, Michael, get out of this room, go to the other one. Yeah. But what do you see for yourself in the future? You're going to keep doing Tuesdays and Thursdays business shows? We should promote it. Do some shameless promoting.
That's what I'm aiming for. For now, that's working. I might end up dropping down to one a week. There's just so many great people I want to talk to and want to feature that I would love to do it every night just to fit them all in. Two seems to be a compromise. Time-wise, it's a little challenging. I honestly just...
Can you explain that? What do you mean? You feel like one guest is better than two?
Well, no, just meaning, there's so many people that I'd like to talk to that having two shows a week means I get to talk to twice as many people or have twice as many conversations.
Because one of the big arguments out there right now is once you get past two, it's optimum 2, 3 is good, 4 is starting to get chaotic, 5 is oh my lord, and I've done that where I've had 5 in the room plus myself, and
Yep.
people start to feel left out.
Yeah. Well, since I'm trying to focus in on technology, people, professional topics, really one or two seems to be the sweet spot. Any more than that, it's hard to get enough topics in and shift the discussion around with everyone being able to share wonderful stories. So I'll probably stick to those limited audiences. Tuesday, or yes, it's hard to believe it was yesterday. I had the two Jens, Jen Bedell and Jen Forrest,
Yes.
who were talking about the pros and cons of working for a company versus consulting or professional services, and hopping back and forth. Great conversation. Just for scheduling, we went tonight instead of tomorrow, so I'm actually going to take tomorrow off. Already got great people lined up next week, but having 3 Mondays in a row, it feels like I can't even remember who I have scheduled for next week. So I'll have to look that up. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, we kick off around 5:15 Eastern Daylight Time, PM, and we'll keep doing that. It seems to be working all right.
The other thing too is if you feel like you would be a good guest,
yes,
on Han's show, or you know of someone within your inner circle who would be a great guest, how can they reach you, and what's the best way to do it?
Absolutely. Well, I publish everything that I do for free at ekmanguides.com. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn professionally. So that's just search Hans Ekman. I'm probably the only or one of the only, but you'll see.
Yes.
And then also you can email me at hans@hansekman.com if you'd like to. But I'd love to have some people. I have a call set up next week to talk with somebody from Germany who is a low code developer. Actually, it's like us, like have no technical skills, but they started to build code applications for their work. And we're going to have him on to talk a little bit about that experience, because that's going to be a trend in business. So it'll be fun that way.
How do you feel? I know we haven't talked about this for a while, so there's so many little subjects that I want to talk about. But right now, the buzz is Bitcoin. You've got, Elon Musk, who purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, and now is saying in the future you'll be able to buy one of his cars with it.
So taking those two things separately.
Okay.
Yes.
I love when you do that. I love when you do
that. So digital currency, if you think about it, yes, we have paper money, but most of our money, most of our finances is digital already. The underlying technology to things like Bitcoin is very sound and is in all likelihood the future of electronic currency and transactions. We will be currency free. So from that standpoint, absolutely. Should you buy Bitcoin? I would say if anyone is interested in Bitcoin or any of the similar currencies, spend a little time reading up on it and researching it. It is very volatile. It is a lot freer than some of our other currency transactions. It is 100% not backed by anything. So in most areas, I'm from the United States, so most of our accounts are backed up by government insurance or credit union insurance to a certain amount. If your hard drive crashes and you lose your passcodes, you lose all your money. And there
You're
have
done.
been
You're done.
there are people who have lost hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Those Bitcoins are gone forever. The other thing is just like the stock market. Bitcoin, when it's really, really high, it's really probably a bad idea to buy it. If it crashes and you think it's going to rebound or something else, maybe not. So I will just say personally, it's too unstable, too high risk. For me, it's more gambling. So no, I don't have any extra money that I'm willing to risk in Bitcoin or any other cyber currencies at this time.
At this point. But if they were backed up and
Yeah.
guaranteed, you might be more open. I'm going to
Yeah.
read one of my flowery sayings. So if you want to cringe before I start, okay, there you go. Just let your life unfold this week. Today, ask yourself, how would I like to be treated in this situation? Being kind is always the right choice. May you find peace knowing you tried to be fair and patient this week. See, that was semi-flowery.
I
There was
love it.
no
It's great.
there was no unicorns. No. No rainbows. You know what I do want to discuss, and I'm seeing this more and more in the headlines, is people are saying this is becoming unhealthy, this experiment called COVID, in the sense of being on the net all the time,
Oh,
not connecting with nature. How do you feel about that? Do you think people will want to go back to work, or are we now forever going to be locked into this craziness?
I think there are a lot of people, especially extroverts, who are can't wait for the chance to get back to the office. And I know even some of my teammates, actually most of them, want to get back into that team setting, but might like to balance it out with more time working remote. I've been working for 4 years now, and I'm an introvert, so I do miss the travel. I do miss working hand in hand with some of the team, and I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to getting back to that. COVID fatigue is real. Zoom fatigue, they've understood that focusing in and having to pay direct attention and worrying that everyone's every little move is burning people out. So from that standpoint, it's real. Do I think Zoom and chat and calls are evil? We've heard this about video games. We heard this about Netflix and streaming, and we keep hearing this about all these different things that's going to ruin the world. I don't think it's that big a deal. I think some people will need help getting off, like we've seen it, and you've mentioned this before. There's people
Yeah.
who are broadcasting or on shows 12, 14 hours a day. That might be a little much. You might want to stagger that, but I think with everything, you've got to do it in moderation, and you've got to know your limit. For me tonight, I'm close to that burnout part for the week point.
Yeah.
I've got another hour of work I have to do. But when I saw your show pop up, I'm like, you know what? This will help me relax. This will be good. This will be fun. I'll do this I'll hop on for a little bit, say hi, because I've neglected joining you for a while. And then there's a couple emails I have to follow up on, and then I'll unplug for the rest of the night.
You're a man in demand. That's what it is. And I think there's a high of coming off of a great show. There
A little bit.
really is a buzz. Like when the show is excellent. Hi, Richard. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. I know what that feels like when it's really good, and it looked and felt really good. The little bit I watched, I was like, okay, there's great flow. You've got technology on your side. People aren't fading in and out. If there's no looping, nobody sounds like a tin machine. We'll just leave it at that.
And if everyone could have seen the utter terror and anxiety attack I was having ahead of time when one of the guests was having trouble and she just could not connect with her laptop. Fortunately, she had a spare, popped it in, it was working. She was able to plug into the network. So her
Awesome.
streaming quality was great because the Wi-Fi just wasn't working.
Yeah.
And after that, things went well. We started a few minutes late, but it happened, and you just got to roll with it. I mean, think life is too short to not just let those little things go and know that it'll work out.
You're forgetting a very valid point, though. With you orchestrating it, you don't want to stress them out because they're already nervous.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go with it, don't worry about it. This happens all the time. It's in beta. Don't worry. We've had where we've been 20 minutes late. It's not going to cause any kind of commotion. Let's just make a really good show. Let's be grateful that things are good now. But if you're going to do something that you know you want to be played over and over again, you almost have to say to them, please go directly from the router with
Yes.
a cord. And some people go, what? What does that mean? What do you mean? Everything's
Cords.
Wi-Fi, right? Everything, right?
Well, and people,
Alexa's Wi-Fi.
as everyone's device just went off, and
I
now
know.
we've annoyed 56 people. And um, I think people forget that you've got your internet and your internet
Yeah,
connection. Then you've got the speed of your modem, but then in your router, most Wi-Fi is not anywhere as fast as having a plugged-in cable. And I actually just all the time, all of my computers are plugged in with cables, and I have the Wi-Fi shut off because it's just faster and more stable. Eventually
absolutely.
Wi-Fi will get there. It's just not there yet.
All right. Hello, Michael. Good to see you there. The Grizz
Hello to
Network.
Philly and great Philly cheesesteaks with
Yes,
cheese whiz.
indeed. Yeah. Oh God, that's disgusting stuff. I remember that as a kid. I don't know if you remember, if you go way back in your memories, there used to be this disgusting cheese that used to be in a tube and you would squeeze it. And I think it was called Squeeze Whiz,
Or
something like
squeezed cheese. I don't remember,
not
but yeah, we used to have that.
it's not I can feel my arteries hardening as we speak. What was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about that's in the news right now? Oh, so have you noticed that there has been throughout the world more and more earthquakes?
Uh, I'd have to look, but I hadn't noticed that there were any more than we usually have. Um, Maybe we're seeing them. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen, there's been some flooding and horrible storms. We're in really the flight path of some pretty severe storms
Yeah,
tonight and tomorrow with potentially hail and tornadoes. So, fingers crossed that it will divert and it won't be as bad. But no, I hadn't specifically noticed that there was an increase in earthquake frequency.
they were so worried for about 2 weeks about after tremors and
Yep.
tsunamis. There he goes. When he'll die if he doesn't have that pop. We talked about this earlier.
Every
Um,
3 to 5 minutes or I expire.
yes, he is still looking for a soda pop sponsor. Anybody who wants to sponsor him, we're open to that. The only thing is we won't put it during the show. We'll put it at the beginning or after. But will you do a plug if you really like it? I
I
don't know.
I, I speak highly. I don't mind sharing products and services that I've had good experiences with.
Yeah,
And occasionally when really pushed too far, I might speak negatively about a provider that just really needs to step up their game, FedEx. But I don't know. I try to avoid that, FedEx.
FedEx. Yes,
They're losing one out of every four of my shipments for the
yes.
last several years. I have actually stopped shopping places that use them for shipping because I'm just tired of having packages get missing, not delivered,
Yes.
horribly late, damaged. It's just not worth it. I wish
Well, if
they'd
you
fix it. I used to love them. I love their FedEx offices and use them for printing, but
mhm.
man, their shipping is
How
not
about
good.
Amazon? Is Amazon treating you well?
They are. I've occasionally run into a few bugs, but I really they've maintained their customer focus. I think their return policy now is better than ever on items where it's not cost efficient to.
I'm
Uh,
not laughing at you. I'm looking at the comments here. I
yep.
don't know. I don't know what one. Oh, I think he's because we're talking about your soda drink. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes. 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 So it followed. The thread didn't go together. It went with the conversation. Yes. We didn't go from earthquakes to tornadoes to Godiva dark chocolate liqueur with ice cream.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's I miss those days when you could explain simple things to me that I do not understand.
Unless you're calling it a mudslide, in which case it does tie into earthquakes
Yes.
and tornadoes. But yeah, Amazon with they're actually getting smarter on their returns where items that just aren't cost effective to process, there's like, here's your refund and just keep it.
Right.
and I appreciate that. It's reducing transport, it's reducing waste. You know, I hate it because I hate to see products wasted, but that makes sense. But yeah, I'm behind Amazon. I still shop other places as well. Yep, as Richard said, Walmart's really they've stepped up their game in the last 2 years, and I think they really pivoted well for the pandemic for not only delivery but store pickup. It's actually I think where their number of employees was declining. They actually now have more employees who are doing these online orders or car orders, and I think that's great. It's really helping a lot of people out, so I appreciate what they've done.
Yeah, you have to shift, right? If you
Yep.
don't if you don't go with where the demand is right now, you're in trouble. I still feel for all the restaurants. I still have great empathy for all the frontline workers that risk themselves right now. We haven't talked about the variants. I was hoping we'd wait till a few people got in here. Right now, we've Mike. The Grizz is going crazy here. He, he's he's losing his mind. Our should we bring the Grizz up to let him talk to you? Like he's
If you want, that's fine. Your show. I think unless there's a Happs challenge I missed with commenting, in which case I think he's going to hit it with this
yeah,
broadcast alone. That's awesome.
he's got Grizz, we're going to invite you up. You can ask the questions directly. Your fingers must be killing you right now. There you
Yep.
go.
And I use Walmart delivery a little bit. I have not. I prefer store shopping for them. As Seeking 17 says, they've still got a lot of bugs to work out. So Grizz might not want to come up, but that's okay.
We don't want to read that comment. Oh my god, I love the comments. I love them so much. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They make my day. They really do.
Well, I
Thank
think on a
you
good.
to
Go ahead.
you go ahead, buddy. You got a good flow going. You go.
Well, I was picking up where you had left off, which is I think we're really starting to see the uptake in vaccine production.
Yes.
And our illustrious and wonderful governments and finally getting their act together and making it easier or somewhat less horrible to get an appointment. And as the vaccination rates rise, I think it's going to be very soon that a lot more of that production is going to go to Canada and other countries. Other vaccines developed elsewhere seem to be stepping up production. So I think we're nowhere close to the tipping point, but it's good to see things opening up and becoming more widely available. That in reality, in some areas, we could see a relatively safe opening as early as summer. The important thing for people to remember, though, is even if you're vaccinated, it means you'll recover quickly or not notice, but you could still spread it. So people who are unvaccinated or high risk, immunocompromised, still are going to have problems. And it will be with us for years, if not potentially forever. This could be something that different variants, different things pop up.
Slow down. There's a part there that's very disturbing, and it will be disturbing to a lot of people. Okay, you don't have to do the Jim Carrey thing where you go backwards, but the COVID's going to be with us for years. Did I hear that correctly from your lips at a rapid pace?
I think yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And if we remember back to SARS and MERS, which hit Europe, both of those were coronaviruses.
Yes.
They are still around, but they're largely contained or controlled. COVID-19 was the first coronavirus that really reached pandemic level.
Okay.
And we're seeing, I think there's definitely 17 confirmed variants or mutations. So similar to influenza, the COVID and coronavirus is likely with us in the same way that flu is, but it happens to be far more dangerous and far more deadly than the
Okay,
flu. So
I was going to ask you about that. Okay. Um, because there's always a lot of really cool packets of information when I talk to you. And I know that the people that are here now, originally, when they talked about this not that long ago, which is about a year ago, they were saying they were hoping that it would dilute like Kool-Aid. It would
yes,
be more infectious, but not deadly. And viruses don't really usually try to eliminate the host.
correct. Yes. So first, I'll do a disclaimer because I've been called out on this on a previous show. I
Just
am not
one lady,
one lady,
one
one time.
lady. Come on, one lady. She's crazy. We all love her.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. So I am
but
not a medical.
no, but she's volatile. You could be a surgeon. You could be the
Yes.
head of a hospital. I think she still would have came at you.
Yes. So I am not a medical professional. However, I am following this. And one of the things I'm good at is distilling a lot of complicated information into an easier to understand format. But when you simplify, you miss some of the nuance. So when we consider the flu, if 10,000 people get the flu,
Yes.
likely one of them will die. Now, did they have heart disease or diabetes or other health conditions, and the flu led to pneumonia, led to hospital, and that happened? Often that's the way. So coronaviruses, our bodies have less natural defense,
Mm-hmm.
which means it's harder to fight it off. And it means for people who are at risk, or it could just be random, some people who get a bad infection, it might end up being a severe case or it could kill them. We're also seeing that the virus is causing a lot of damage to the heart, lungs, and brain tissue.
Yes.
So we could
Yes.
see
Okay.
heart
Slow
attacks
down
and
again.
strokes.
Slow down just for a second here. Okay. So, what has happened that I've heard in the past, and you were talking about swelling, right? Like swelling of the brain type of thing.
This is different than that, but yes, similar viruses have caused swelling, which causes brain problems. This is actually destroying brain tissue, causing strokes.
Okay. I saw a program of a poor individual where he had swelling of the brain. I don't know how much damage was done, but he lost speech.
Yep.
He was unable to move. He was that way for a couple months. Then he slipped into a coma.
Yep.
But slowly he came back. He got his speech back. He's still not what he was. Now, we haven't discussed another part of this, which is really big in Canada. We talk about this, and they call it COVID fog, or
Right.
they call them the long haulers. And these are people that have gotten COVID and never really get back to full stride again. They get to about 60%. They
Right.
have brain fog still, and they feel sometimes like they get it again, and they
Yes.
get it again. That's scary, man.
It is, and for the people who are not following precautions, saying we ended a mask mandate, so that means I don't have to wear a mask. One of the symptoms is losing your taste or smell. For
Yes,
some
very common.
people, it is possible that is going to be permanent. There are a small percentage of people infected that are not regaining their smell or their taste, or maybe just one. I'm not willing to take that chance. I love food. I love smelling. So I'm going to continue, even after being vaccinated, I'm going to continue wearing a mask in public,
Yeah.
washing my hands, and being as careful as I can because, as Grizz said, I want to enjoy Godiva chocolate.
Yes.
There's
Good
wonderful things in
segue.
the world.
They call that a segue, folks. That was a good segue. Well done. Well done indeed. Could you handle Frasier? Or are you almost?
Sure.
Are
Pull
yeah.
up
Okay.
anyone you want because I'll have to tap out here
Yeah,
eventually,
that's
and
what I
then you can.
thought. That's what I thought. We'd get you while we could, and then when the insanity came, you can just pull the plug, or flush the toilet. or smell that smell or taste that taste. That is really scary. That is really scary. So Fraser will definitely add some on Clubhouse. I don't know what that means. He's on
He's on Clubhouse right now, so not able to join you yet.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we could lie and say yes, everything's going to go back to normal. Relatively so, I think so. We will probably, I get the pneumonia shot every couple of years. I always get my flu shot.
Yes.
Now we'll probably have some cocktail of COVID vaccine moving forward. Yes. I honestly don't believe that there is any pharmaceutical conspiracy to push vaccines or anything else. Bill Gates is not trying to microchip or track us. So, as much as we can spread reliable information,
yes.
These vaccines, we can get locked down, we can have starving economies, we can have people out of work, or we can take precautions, we can get vaccinated, we can be responsible and have a better planet to live in. It's just like littering. Yes, I throw one cup into a river, it doesn't make that big a difference. But when everyone's trashing the environment, eventually we will pollute our world so much, it's just not going to be a place we're going to be able to live. So for me, I'd like to live here as long as I can.
Because Fraser's here. Fraser's here.
Hey, Fraser, great to see you, sir.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had the three of us together. Look at this. It might be 6 weeks, something like that, since we've had Fraser with Hans together in a room. The great minds of life. How are you, sir? So Hans, we're going to ask you about Clubhouse. Then we'll ask Fraser about Clubhouse. How do you feel about Clubhouse?
It's interesting. I've heard of it. It's not something that I have really time or interest of getting involved in. So I'll watch and see. It's an interesting spin on media and sharing. So, wish them best of luck. It'll be interesting to see how it develops. I'd love to hear from Fraser what your experience has been, because I actually haven't been on yet.
Tell us, Fraser.
I found it very educational, to be honest with you. I found it very, I'm connecting with great folk, especially when it comes to doing podcasts, interviews. No, it's you can learn a lot. There's like these big rooms. It's more like a seminar, which you can just sit and you can learn. There's smaller rooms, which you'll probably learn a bit more because there's more interaction, which is good, and you're getting more quality networking. I connected with somebody and I got invited to a Zoom call networking, which was really nice. And I did that on, when was it? Tuesday. That was really good. So just to kind of, and it's just you're meeting people and connecting and thinking. People are asking you, they're looking for a connection, and I managed to hook somebody up, one of my connections up. So, and it's quite nice. Yes, it's all good. So I'm enjoying it. It's a nice place to chat. It's just voice only, and it's quite relaxed, and I think
I heard there's awkwardness in those rooms, though, of people not knowing when to start and stop because they can't see the people. Is that true? I've heard that a couple times.
There's some rooms that have. There's one room I go into which is very good. I get set up by a guy called Mike Armstrong, and it's actually called "Screw the Big Rooms." So it's basically due to the fact it's to avoid. It's the reason why it is "Screw the Big Rooms." It's to avoid because a lot of the bigger rooms you get kind of lost, and there's some of the the big moderators are quite maybe slightly cliquey, maybe yeah, so it's difficult to get onto the stage and chat, and it can be sometimes the moderators take over. This one is very open, and Mike makes you all moderators, so you're flexible to come in and out the room, and it runs 24/7, and it's brilliant. It's you can people just come in because it's more relaxed and open, and it's not kind of like massive room. Oh crap, what do I do? But yeah, it's
how do you run a show 24/7? Fraser?
Well,
How do you do
the
that?
room is open. Well, at first he kept the room open, and people just took in turns to moderate the room through in different time zones.
Okay.
But then he managed to get it certified, and it's a proper room, so you can close it and start it up again. But you do get it's technically just keeps running. It's running. I think he's trying to hit about 79 days, 80 days on the trot with it. But
So, do you
yeah, it's
have
just
your
so
own
you can
room yet, Fraser? Do you have your own room? Yeah.
I've not really. You've got to do rooms regularly, so I just really need to do that. Set the time aside to do it. But it's just it's like anything. You try it, play around with it, you see what you need to what works for you, and you connect with the people which in the area that you're looking to connect with, and take it from there. That's all it is. There's nothing ventured, nothing gained. And if it doesn't work, you just come off it and you move on.
Hans, I want in the future no more than 3 people, but I want to do something on Instagram. But I'm not too sure how to do that because I think it has to be done on your tablet or your phone.
Oh yes, to broadcast on Instagram, yes, you are limited to a phone or tablet. I've set up an Instagram.
Was it a shit show?
No, I've used it mainly for viewing for first, and then I thought it would be a channel to broadcast, from here.
Yeah.
But because of the limitations, it doesn't allow streaming from other platforms. I haven't found a use for it yet. Maybe I will.
Have one. I have one.
I know. And you share great photography and life stuff. So I may share photography through it eventually, because I like that aspect. But right now, I've just been focusing on other media.
What I want to do on there is go on once a week, give a little sampling of like 20 minutes, and then get you to, pump your show on Happs, pump Happs. How do you feel about that? Is that a dumb idea? You chew on it. You chew on that.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm growing slow and organically, and then once I get my stride, I'll put the effort it takes. But if things became more popular, I don't ready for that.
Yeah. Walt, you're not going to turn me down again, are you, Walt? Walt always lets me down here. He used to come in all the time. He's got the beautified mode on his camera and everything, and he's just not coming in. He's been doing a lot of outdoor broadcasts lately. Have you ever done that, Hans? Have you ever done an outdoor one?
No, not yet. And also with the with wind, like the wind in the mic and getting a good audio signal. But I've seen some people do it really well. I also need to get some sort of steady cam because I don't want to make people sick. I mean, any more than having to listen to me.
And the other thing is too, if you get one of the mics that, what is it, the Roku that has the little foam bubble on it as well, or the wind resistant bubble, that helps as well. But you're right, it's maddening when it's crazy wind. Like the guy named Fraser Ramsey has had a few outdoor ones, and you can't hear him, and you want to hear that beautiful voice. But
I was outdoors earlier. I did a wee Happs earlier this evening. So I'm just trying to. I was going to say Walt is tired. I was going to say he's the cheese is falling off his cracker, so he's that tired. I'm joking. Pardon the phrase. I was outdoors earlier. Very pleasant. It was a very warm evening before it got dark. So just sort of yeah.
Okay, Hans is going to beam out. He's been overwhelmed with the boredom of this conversation. So it's okay.
Not in the least. I've hit my 11th hour of working, and I have one more to go. So I'm going to stop.
Great show tonight.
Having fun.
Do one more shameless plug before you go.
Thank you. For anyone that missed it, check out the videos. We had an amazing conversation with Allison and Stacy talking about empowering women in technology.
Yes.
Probably one of the better conversations I've definitely had so far. And for any of the past shows we've done, feel free to check out Ekman Guides on YouTube for the full set of playlists and videos. So look forward to seeing anybody on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:15 p.m. Eastern time, and hope to see you there. Fraser, it was an honor to see you again. Enjoy watching and following you as well. And Michael, always a pleasure spending time with you.
I have one question that you can answer in less than a minute or two.
I
hope
know
you
the
can.
answer. Go ahead.
No, it's not that one. It's not the Grateful one.
Oh, okay.
No, no.
I'll do the Grateful. I know that answer this time too.
Yeah. Okay, I bet you do. Okay. If someone was to purchase some items in the future that you feel would be useful, being a prepper,
yes,
what would the top 3 items right now be to buy?
You're gonna hate. People are gonna hate this answer.
Sure.
Zero ethanol gasoline.
Okay.
And I hate to say it, but the price of gasoline is going up and starting to spike.
Okay.
If there was a disruption, then gasoline is one of those things that a disruption in transportation or war or anything can make the price spike or cause temporary shortages.
Mm-hmm.
So I recommend safely storing whatever gas you can afford, but also you can't store the ethanol gas. It goes bad and it can clog any of your motors. So if you can get it ethanol-free gas, personally, I keep at least 20 gallons stored, which seems like a lot, but that's 2 car tank loads if you needed to go somewhere. So I'd say that would be a big one. I'd say in general, not specifically, but because we're seeing stores starting to restock and prices coming down, anything that you were running short of, anything that you were not buying because they got too high, this is a great time to start. If you're buying your favorite canned goods or SpaghettiOs or whatever it happens to be, add an extra can, add an extra 2 of the items that you use, and start to rebuild. When toilet paper, oddly, we had enough to get through the panic, and then slowly, as the price became reasonable,
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you. We got someone in here.
Yep.
Can you read those to yourself, and then you'll know why I'm laughing? Okay, there
I
you
caught
go.
those. Yep.
Okay,
so restocking some of the items that you saw run out before, and just having a little bit more of a buffer. My goal, I'd say, is look at what you consume in 3 days and have that always on stock. If you can then build that and say what would get you through 2 weeks, that's your next milestone. And then eventually decide what your time frame is. Is it 30 days? Is it 60 days? For me, my goal is to be self-sustainable for 90 days, except for power. I just haven't invested in power yet. Is an easy way to go. And then make sure you have access to or a good source for drinking water.
Yes.
It's pretty easy to get water, for flushing toilets and stuff. If you have a water heater, you basically have, depending on the size, 20 to 60 gallons of water available to you that's safe to drink, generally. But have drinking water, have containers that you could fill. We're about to have bad storms, so I'm making sure everything's charged. I know my flashlights are good to go. I've got my weather alert radio on hand. I'll be watching and checking in with the forecast. So just, pay attention, look at what bad things could happen. Spring storms are coming, and those are the items you should be looking at right now.
Yes.
Bad time to try and buy, at least in the States or other ways, ammunition, firearms, self-defense items. It's going to be a long time. If you can wait, availability will go up towards the summer, hopefully, but it's just impossible to buy anything, and the prices are astronomical. So if you can hold off, stick with what you've got, because
so Fraser, you won't be able to get the ammo.
Nope.
All right.
He's got to go, man. He's got to go. We talked about ammo. That's it. It was gone. Have you ever had or have you witnessed? I was going to say, have you? I know you haven't had, because I haven't had him on. Martin Shine.
No, I don't think so.
You should check him out.
Okay.
he is a very interesting individual. If you somehow could fit him into your show, I think you would be very entertained.
Thank you. Good to meet you, Martin. Thanks for dropping for a moment.
Thank you for the award. Oh, he's
Very
off to
kind.
everybody's it must be late. What time is it right now, Martin, where you are? They're 5 hours ahead, aren't they? Or 4?
Depending on where he is, you're 5 to 7 hours for United Kingdom.
Yeah. So thank you for being here. And Walt, you're letting your people down. You know that beautified mode that of having you. Thank
almost
you.
midnight for Walt.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he turns into a pumpkin for sure at 12.
That would be an improvement for me, but
Yeah.
I'll work towards it.
Self-loathing. There we go. We love it. Self-deprivation. We haven't had that for a while. Thank you so much for being here, buddy. I know you've got things to do. I will probably talk to you tomorrow. Congratulations on an amazing show tonight. I know what that feels like when everything connects.
Yep.
You know, it's like the stars aligned for you today. I'm so happy for you, buddy.
I appreciate it. And for my appreciation, what am I thankful for? After 50 clicks and refreshes, spending almost an hour, I got, and Friday I will have my first COVID vaccine. So I was finally able to get scheduled for that. So thankful. That will be a big relief. Just knowing I'll have some level of immunity and recovery. I feel bad for everyone who's still trying to get them.
Yeah.
It's getting better. Good luck. But boy, am I thankful that I was able to get that. Our parents have been fully vaccinated now. My wife is a teacher, is I think a week or two away from her second dose, which is great. And then finally I qualified. So I was able to get in with the next wave of groups, and really thankful for that.
You know what's funny where I live in, and shocking in Toronto, is there's not huge lineups. You can get it done at like the local here they're called Shoppers Drug Mart, which is your local drugstore. There's no huge lineups. There were the first week, and now I think if you were willing to wait 20 minutes, maybe a half an hour tops, you would get a shot.
Yeah, I think we're almost week on week we're doubling capacity.
Yes.
We started and it was very low. We did not get a lot of doses. They went to other states and areas. And then over the last couple of weeks, just the amount that's been available has been fantastic. And even to the point where we're even rerouting some of the vaccines within our state, I'm in Georgia, to the higher demand areas. And I literally sat on a website for a grocery store that has a pharmacy, clicking refresh.
I've heard
and
this.
popping up to see, 1 out of 10 times a date would pop up. And then it looked like they were opening up morning vaccines day after day. And I'd click through and it was gone. It was click through and it was gone. And then finally I hit it and I'm like, I don't care. I've got it. Go. Because I've got my calendar open to the side.
Yeah.
The first ones I could get, I have client meetings on all of the other times because I was on really early the first day I was eligible. But it finally worked out. So you can get them.
I would love to have you on after you get it done. Tell us if you feel any side effects, and that would be great. Even if you could pop in on the morning show sometime. Yeah, I know you have a beauty regimen, but maybe you can forego that for just the greater good.
I will
humanity.
definitely try. I've had to use my mornings for prep or calls, but I would love to do that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just to tell us, because I've heard of people having numbness in the arm, not feeling well.
A lot of the numbness, and this is, if you see it, because they've got a lot of people who aren't used to giving shots and are being trained, they're giving it too high in the shoulder and they're hitting your rotator cuff, and that's bad regardless of what you inject. So the vaccine isn't doing it. It's just the injection into the tendon or ligament that's causing the problem. So I'll absolutely happy to. Hello, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, say hi and goodbye to Hans. He's on his way. So you came at a perfect time, sir.
Fantastic. I'm up in Lilburn, so same state, a little bit further away.
Yeah, not too bad though.
Nope. And yeah, absolutely. I'm getting mine at a grocery store. There's some pharmacies. The Delta Flight Museum is one of our mass vaccination sites. The Agorama, where there's agricultural fairs, is another one. It's amazing how many centers they're opening up or arenas for mall. The closed Sears in Gwinnett Place Mall actually is one of the mass vaccination sites they've opened up as well.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
good.
got
So you
mine.
guys are on it. You guys are really on it. That's amazing.
Yeah, I got
Yep.
mine at a Kroger grocery store.
That's where I'll be going on Friday. Yep. And Donna gives you the most attractive person on the panel award for sure in the comments. Thanks, Donna. I agree with you.
That's awesome. That's awesome. No, and this is the path to righteousness right here that you're seeing.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Hans.
Yep. Everyone have a great day. Stay healthy and great to see you.
Thank you. Take care. See
All
you
right,
soon.
thanks a lot, Hans.
Hey. Long time no see.
Yeah, been keeping up with you though.
Yeah. I still think that you look like John Locke, but the younger John Locke. I wonder what John Locke looks like now.
I don't know, but you started something in my house with that. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, it's hilarious.
So
Yeah.
everybody started seeing it after I saw it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they really did, and that's all they call me now. Everybody walks around calling me John Locke.
He was one of my favorite characters on that show, but I guess it was the 4th season that he came on.
Yeah. Well, it was. I believe the 4th.
Now I've noticed in the morning you said you're going to a job site. Are you a construction guy?
Yeah, I own my own construction business now.
And how long have you been doing that?
We started my business about 3 years ago.
And what kind of stuff do you do? I want you to shamelessly plug your business here.
My business is called PF Services here in Georgia, and we do mostly residential remodeling, but pretty much do everything. Our motto is, if you can dream it, we can build it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so are you talking kitchens? What are you talking? Basements?
Everything from the ground up to the roof. We can do it.
So how many years have you been doing this type of restoration, renewal stuff?
I've been doing it for close to 15 years now.
So you got a lot of, yeah.
Yeah, but I started my own business about 3 years ago, but I don't know, about a couple weeks ago, I was on Eric Happs. I was on his show.
Yes.
And we were talking about my story, how this all happened. I mean, I'm a successful business owner now. But 15 years ago, I was homeless. I was living on the streets and pretty much dead.
Yes.
And I ended up paralyzed on my left side and just went through all kinds of stuff. And I ended up holding somebody while they died. And that was the wake up moment for me. And from that moment forward, I worked as hard as I possibly could. And here I am 15 years later. I own my own home in Georgia, my own property, my own business. So when you turn your energy towards the positive, you can accomplish anything. I literally came from the streets up to here.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. I do want to address something that's on another subject here. This is something that's happening with Happs, okay? So if someone blocks you, it stops you from watching the show. So if I have a guest come in who has blocked certain individuals and I can't see anybody blocking Walt, what would you block Walt for? He's just clearly too happy and he's in nature too much. This is not for me. Click.
He's just too positive. Can't handle life.
He's too positive. He's giving me a migraine from all the positivity. This is unacceptable. Block. Yeah, I know. You know what happened this morning? I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but I think it might be our friend Donald, because that makes the most sense. The crypto king.
Mm.
Yeah. So I heard that he was blocking everyone. Does that sound right?
That yeah.
No, I'm talking to Walt. Did you have a falling out with him, Walt, at all? Well,
Wow.
I'm sorry that you can't see it, but if you go to YouTube, you can see it on my YouTube channel under Michael Bathurst, because it's on there as well. If you go to my channel, Michael George Bathurst, on Facebook, you can see it there. And you can see it at Michael Bathurst 63 on Twitch. You could see it there. So you should see it on one of those. If not, you can also see it probably on Michael Bathurst on Twitter. And all of those guys are related and look very much like me.
Lucky guys.
Oh, blessed with the hamster stick, or is the hamster stick? I know it's not so good. But so I'm gonna read a little spiritual thing here for you, a sec. So if hopefully you won't cringe too hard here. Okay. When your world seems to be completely out of control, this is a great time to reconnect with the healing powers of nature. Let the endless waves of healing energy awaken your inner spirit. And the reason I read that reminds me of Walt, because I think that's what Walt does when he goes outside. He gets connected to nature. He gets connected to higher vibrations. He gets connected to frequency, right? And anybody who blocks the dear, wonderful Walt, honestly, there's got to be some mental issues there, because I can't see it, unless maybe it could be the wife just fell in love with him visually, and I could see that might be happening, Walt. Women around the world with that new beautified mode on your camera probably are going, my God, what a handsome man. And a good-looking dog, too. Yes.
Oh, but that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. But so you said you were almost paralyzed.
That's right.
How did you turn that around?
Well, when that gentleman died, when I was holding him in my arms, literally when he died, it just clicked at me that was not the life that I wanted to be in. I did not want to live that life. I did a lot of boxing up in New York State.
Yeah.
Bronx. I boxed for quite some time. That's how I ended up becoming paralyzed.
Eric.
And, hey, there's Eric.
Hey, Eric. Were you hiding? Were you hiding in the shadows? See, you brought him out. Like, he was hiding in the shadows. Your beautiful energy brought him out. So let's bring him up.
Oh, definitely.
You and him are very close, right? Because he always speaks very highly of you in the shows, and
I definitely feel a connection with Eric, without a doubt.
Yeah. Have you ever been on with Walt? Walt's a great guy too. I don't know if you. And everybody, please, in the morning, if you can, early in the morning, Richard Roberts has a wonderful 20-minute inspirational story time connection type of thing every morning. He tells great stories. It has some content. It's kind of a mixture of Hans and I together. If you were to morph something, you would call that Richard Roberts. So entertainment and information all in one lovely connection. Please, if you can today, subscribe, support, and like his material. There you go. You would swear I got paid for that.
Well, it worked because I just subscribed to him.
Did you? Good. Awesome. And anybody who's watching it on the replay, please do so as well. I would really appreciate that. Eric, are you available to come up? Are you getting yourself ready in the sense of the beautified mode? Maybe he has a beauty regimen that he does beforehand. Maybe shaves something or combs the beard. I highly doubt it. The beard looks like it hasn't been combed for a while.
Yeah, I don't think he's shaving anything.
Maybe his armpits.
That could be.
He could be getting nervous in between the shows and stuff, and he was like, there you go. It's crazy.
He's developing a pretty good following.
You know what? People know authentic people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And he has it where people feel comfortable. They're not judged. The room holds a space for anybody. He's on for hours at a time. You can talk about anything. You can be on there sometimes. He's goofing around. Next minute, he's crying. He's like, he is the whole gamut of emotions, which I love. Thank you for the award.
Oh, that guy, the guy Tyler Wilkins that just gave you an award.
Yeah.
He works for me.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Thank you, Tyler. Oh, he's probably thinking he's giving you the award. Well, I appreciate the award that you were giving to your boss.
He knows how it goes.
He does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, don't take anything away from yourself, Michael. You're an amazing personality on here.
Well, I appreciate that.
My wife and I watch you every morning.
Well, you have to admit, though, it's the community. It's not me. And that's what I love about the morning show. And anybody who watches it, it's not about Michael Bathurst. Maybe the first 5 minutes until we get people in. You know, you hear my woo-ness and I'm waking up and I have my coffee and I'm talking, about being good to yourself, basically. Good feelings, good vibes, and healing, right? After that, it can be an absolute crazy mess, or it can be a spiritual nest for people. Eric, there he is. He's in the shadows. Right now, he's doing push-ups and sit-ups. He's doing some deep breathing. He did a couple mantras. He's putting clothing on. He's fully naked in the green room. So, for now, anybody who is a private member, they can watch Eric's private shows. That's only available on Patreon, right?
It's an added fee for the skin.
Yes. We'll call it the Asset Show.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah. Hidden Asset Show only for Patreon. Oh, there we go. Get it on, bang a gong. All right, there you go. Are you ready now, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay, we are going to let the great Oz up here. Here we go. From the back of the curtain into your living room. Here he is. Eric, so much love on after you. Got to stop moving your camera. I'm going to come there and slap you.
All right.
Okay.
Much love to you, beautiful man. Love you, Gary. Love you, Michael.
Love you too, brother. Hey, Michael, has Eric ever told you the story about the Dusty Bowl?
No, but can you guys start telling the story? I'm going to make some coffee. And you guys are going to be on your own here. Can you handle this, Eric, for a couple of minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Or
do you need to warm up? I have a feeling that you've done this before, and I entrust that you'll be fine. Now, if women start, wooing over Gary, don't take it personally. It just happens. Okay. All right. I will be back. Yeah, see, your show would be wooing, but it's not like my woo show or Eric's show. It's a totally different kind of woo. All right. There we go.
So good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, brother. Been having a decent day?
Yeah, this is me testing it out. I came out and hooked up my new internet, so I got fiber optic. But it looks like when I move, it still gets a little grainy, a little pixely there. So I'm supposed to be getting 250 megabytes a second, but they gave me like a janky router. So next month I'm gonna probably invest about $170 in a better router, and hopefully that'll do it. If not, then I'm gonna have to go with more processing power. If that doesn't get it, I'm just gonna say, oh well, they'll love me without the clean, crisp screen.
Do you connect it with an Ethernet or are you wireless?
Ethernet, yeah.
Yeah, because I tried wireless and it crapped out on me, but through an Ethernet, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I made sure they wanted to do. Hey, Walt, good to see you. Thank you. They said they wanted to put a router in there And I was like, is it wireless or is it hardwired? And they're like, oh, it's wireless. I was like, well, no, not unless you got hardwired, because if I'm paying for fiber optic, wireless doesn't go as fast as the hardwired. So,
Yeah.
but the guys that came out to hook it up, they plugged in a better router than what I've got right now, and it was pulling 245 megabits a second. So right now I'm pulling like 116, but I got to upload a 123, which before it was like 16 or something.
Oh, crap.
So, well, hopefully it will all get straightened out sooner than later. But
All right.
yeah, it's good to see you though.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
you wanted. Do you want to tell them the story about the Dusty Boars?
Oh no, you've got to, man. That's perfect coming from you. I I just want to bring it to the table and let you gnaw on it.
Sweet. Yeah. I've got this crystal bowl, and it's in tune with the heart chakra, and so that's what you heard me play at the beginning. And we got a little wood on there. That wasn't good. But one night I was playing it, and we've got a mutual friend, Brandy, who was on Facebook, I believe, watching us through Facebook. And I guess she's got something where it types out what people are saying. And I said, "Oh yeah, let me go get my crystal bowl, but it's all dusty, so I'll have to clean my dusty bowl." And she was like, "What are you all talking about?" Because it's saying "dusty balls" on her screen when it types it out. So that's just kind of an inside thing. I always put on a little accent just so you can't quite tell if I'm saying bowl or balls. So I'm like, get my dusty bowl out. But right now I only got one, so I'm kind of like a eunuch.
Oh, there you go. So we're talking before you came up, Eric. We're talking about the whole COVID vaccine thing and everything. Have you gotten that, or do you plan on getting it, or what are your thoughts on that?
The vaccine? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna participate with that. From my understanding, I haven't done a lot of research on it. I've got one of my soul sisters has done a lot of research on it, and it's actually not even a vaccine. A vaccine, by definition, is a weakened form of the virus or whatever you're trying to immunize yourself against. And
Right.
what these are is it's a synthetic program. So, um, but I actually got stuff on COVID from Spirit like before it all happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of got a different take on it, I guess. And plus, with Spirit telling me how to heal myself and everything, it's like you can't really go down that road. You've got to follow Spirit from here on out. Otherwise, you're gonna trip yourself up.
Right. Well, I'm glad they're finally starting to open things up. We're going this weekend. We're going to Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing you on when you were talking about your truck bed getting caught on fire. You're going to see Chris, or Chris is
Yeah.
going to be playing the same thing you're going to.
Yeah, we're going to try to do a multi broadcast on the same channel, where he's broadcasting from the stage and I'll be broadcasting from above the stage, to kind of give a multi view of him playing. So that's going to be kind of interesting. It's going to be fun.
Nice. Is it going to be quite a few artists, or just him, or?
No, actually, he's got the whole night to himself. 2 nights, Friday
Oh,
night and Saturday night, which is an amazing honor for him.
nice. Yeah, I caught y'all that day. I actually had a dream about that too. I was like, oh, man, this guy. Well, I clicked on it because I saw your name because you were on there, and then
Right.
I was like, man, this guy looks familiar because I was watching the replay, and so I had to kind of fast forward some to find where you were in there, and I was like, this guy looks familiar too. I was like, man, I can't go anywhere without seeing somebody from my dream. Let It Be says, I think the Johnson & Johnson is a traditional vaccine. I'm not 100% on that, though. Yeah, I'm not sure either, Let It Be. I know before when my
Let it
soul
be,
sister
let it
talked
be,
about it, it was the
let
other
it
two.
be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Let It Be.
Hi, everybody. We're back. Thank you so much. I feel a lot better. Thank you.
Got your coffee now?
Thank you. I got a coffee. The dog needed food. So thank you, everybody. Everybody knows what that's like. Walt, for someone who did not want to come up, you're still here. So he's in the back room.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, he says now he's got to run.
Michael's gonna harass me. I won't harass you, I promise. You got to come on the morning show, though, buddy. I miss you in the morning show. There's a lady here named Desiree. That sounds.
Is that kind of familiar to you, Michael?
I don't know. I'm seeing cards. I see reading. I see dirty looks sometimes. I see that. I
You see
don't know.
chocolate?
Oh, well, let's leave that alone. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Yes, that's right, Gary. You look over there for a bit.
Yeah, I'm turning around.
Yeah. What? Say, sucker. I know. It goes sideways. Only love and respect for Desiree. Only love. I would love for her. I don't know about you guys. I want to just talk a little woo. I have had the most spiritual day today. I felt my crown. I felt so much energy around me. So many synchronicities. Okay, my bill today. I bought my groceries. 2 triple 4 twos.
Wow.
That's weird.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then when I went to go up to work, it was 444. And I noticed that. Yeah. And then in the middle of the broadcast, when someone got really emotional, we were at 111 views.
Wow.
Right. So it's been one of those days where, Spirit has been knocking and saying, hello.
Right.
Yes. All right. Let's see how clear the screen is today. Okay. Guys, have a look at this person in here. Is that her?
It looks good from this one.
I'm not sure. This woman is far better looking than what I remember. There we go. There we go.
I think I just lost the most attractive award.
Did you?
I think so. Yeah. I can't compete with Desiree. Come on.
We've got somebody else trying to come up too, I think. There we go. Look at that. There we go. All right. Frasier. In the evening. Frasier, what is going on with you, brother? It's not working tonight. Look at him. He's having a hell of a time. All right. We're not going to... Here, we'll put him down. Sorry. We'll be able to hear you, Frasier, if you come... Oh, yeah. All right. I don't know what's going on there.
Good job.
Yeah. Oh, what happened there? I thought I was watching Star Trek. Oh, now we got Eric. What? Whoa.
Oh, Eric disappeared.
Whoa. Gonna go around in circles. Dun, dun. Right? Gonna fly high like a bird up in the sky. High. Yeah, and I can hear the birds.
Yeah.
They've gone crazy. Frasier, are you okay? Can we bring you up, you think? Or is it going to go crazy?
No, I was on a call. I was just at somebody was returning a call, that was all.
Yeah. So, Desiree, are you feeling in tune today? Because I can feel my crown like nobody's business today. I don't know if I've ever had a day where I was so present, the feeling of my crown. Like everything right now is energy of the head. And Frasier, don't take that the wrong way. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's try to bring him up now that he's lost his way. Okay. There he is. That's there. Yeah. No, I have been really feeling the presence of something. Have you been feeling that as well, Desiree?
I've been feeling the presence of rain. So.
Okay.
No, yeah. Well, today I've been really busy with my kiddo in her room. We're reorganizing and redoing her whole bedroom. So I really haven't. I mean, I have had time with Spirit, but it's like the first time I've actually sat down all day.
This is the clearest I've ever seen you on my broadcast. Ever. Usually it's fading in, it's fading out. Yeah, so you've got rain coming, do you, Gary? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, it's been raining here all day. There's not anything that isn't soaking wet right now. I don't know if you can see it in the dark, but
yeah. Fraser, what's the weather like where you are, buddy?
It's been really nice actually today. Tomorrow is going to be warm again, so 14 Celsius with the sunny. Yeah, really good.
So I'm not going to be able to get you to tune in at all, Desiree. It's not going to happen, is it?
Oh, if I feel something, I'll definitely jump in on it.
Oh, I like that. You guys, write these down. That is the best no I've heard in my life. If I feel something, I'll jump right in on it. Yeah, that should be a shirt.
Hold on, I need to get my chocolate real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
I heard that comment from Eric when he's like, you said, "Who's Desiree?" And he's like, "Wait, is it someone with chocolate?" Chocolate. That's what he meant, Michael, because I always have chocolate near me.
Well, you can take that. You can take that many ways. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So, Michael, did you see Walt's comment there that he verified it is Donald?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why anybody would block Walt, but I hope this can get solved. I'm gonna beam out for a second. I'm gonna get my dog. She's crying. I think she wants to be held. You can see her for a few minutes. Okay. 1 second here. Okay.
Definitely.
Every baby needs some love.
All mine are spoiled right now. They're all curled up in front of the fireplace.
Oh.
It is a little nipply out.
Soaking it up.
Using Eric's terms today.
Gotta spread the love or the nipples.
My kid's like, I've had enough hearing you, Mom. She shut her door.
Look at them, so comfy on their little bed, these bars.
Oh.
Dina says, our little chocolate.
Yeah, see that?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. So, guys, I'm going to read something here. Just let me move this over a little bit so I can see better. All right. So tell me what you think of this. Be honest. I think I wrote this one day when I wasn't in the best of states. Not everyone is going to like you, so it's important that you love yourself. The world is awakening with waves of powerful energy. So those souls who choose to live in the past will truly suffer if they don't embrace the shift. Be flexible with the changes going on within you. You are expanding your consciousness this year. Let the waves of healing and hope wash over you. Now, has anybody been feeling a shift at all within this room? How about you, Fraser? Do you want to tell me if you're feeling a shift at all right now?
Not really, no.
I knew he'd say that. That's why I started with him. Okay. Eric, do you want to be the next to answer this?
Underpants on a bit tight again, eh?
Yeah. There we go. How about you, Eric?
Yeah, I've definitely been feeling a shift. In my case, I end up feeling everybody else's shift right along with me. So, like, bringing up the cards and stuff that night that Desiree read your cards, we was talking about the choice, and you were like, "Oh, she is spot on."
Yeah.
Spirit had actually given me that download about a week before that, and then the following week, Spirit was like, "You're not gonna really get to see Michael for about a week or so, and then he's gonna invite you on to a show, but it's gonna be at night." And I was like, "Oh, really? At night? Okay, I can probably make that." Because I never made the jump back over to getting up early, and so and that one night I was on yours, and then we went to mine. I definitely know that we're both picking up a lot of the same messages, and I feel that's really what the shift's about. Really dialing into your inner intuition, your higher heart chakra, and really pulling things in from the love spectrum and the unity perspective. And that doesn't mean it's all going to be love and light. There might be some hard choices and some difficult things that you might have to shift to make the full shift. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's really happening for those people that are stepping forward.
Yeah. I you know what I've noticed in you in the last, I'd say 2 weeks, you've really come into your own. Like you're finding your space here, and you're very confident and grounded in your space. And there's like a new Eric. I think there was a slight nervousness when you first came on, just as any broadcaster when you're brand new, unless you're Frasier. And the key, if you're Frasier, is you drink and eat during the whole broadcast as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, Spirit's kind of, for me, been like, just kind of get in the pocket, stay comfortable, and as you go month by month, things are going to ratchet up and start revealing yourself to the public a lot more, and be comfortable doing it,
But you're providing a space now, and Desiree, besides the chocolate thing, which I didn't fully understand at the beginning. And so interpretation is everything. And now I have a greater understanding. Is it dark chocolate or is it,
dark chocolate?
What is it?
Yeah. Well, any chocolate, actually.
Okay. We do not want that on an endless loop tape. Okay.
Yeah, it was funny. My wife came in to give me a birthday present the other night, and she looked over and she saw Des eating on the broadcast. She was like, "Every time I see Desiree, she's eating. I love that woman. She's right there with me. She's on the food train." So it's the synchronicities are impeccable.
Choo choo.
The only thing we haven't kind of talked about tonight is how the family here, we'll call it the family, is growing, right? Yeah. Like there is a huge amount of people that are feeling very comfortable in the Happs environment. Colin's one of them. Hi, Colin. Good to see you, buddy.
Colin.
I love this. Where all the big guns are. Well, I wouldn't call us big guns, but yeah. Colin, do you want to come up for a bit?
Colin.
We're calling on Colin. Dina D, thank you. Dina's always sending love my way. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all the donations that you give. And I do take full notice. Oh, I want to address that. Okay. So there are certain individuals that get so peeved. I'm trying to be nice about pissed about people who give donations and people who ask for donations and people who ask for sponsors. And listen, like these people have to eat. right? They have to stay warm, dry, fed. Like there are certain individuals on here that are actually depending on whatever you're willing to give them. So imagine if every individual came in and gave 10 cents. Come on. Like really, is that a big deal? It's not a big deal.
Right, exactly.
And it shouldn't be a big deal. Or if you can afford to buy a coffee, but you watch these broadcasts every day, you can afford to do a buck. Now, I feel like it's the morning because this is what Fraser does in the morning. I'll talk and he'll be, and there was a bee. and there was a bird.
What would you say
and
in your response?
Yes, and Vanna White turned the letter. I'll buy a vowel. Thank you.
What I was going to say in your response to that on the giving hearts and things, I suppose it would be good to. I think a lot more people would give little super hearts or whatever if the money that you Happs take wasn't as big, because it does. You don't get much for your buck, if you know what I mean, by what you're giving, because it costs you a lot more to buy the whatever emoji you're sending, and the person you're sending it to doesn't get that much.
Well, you also have to sustain this environment. It doesn't magically appear, right? Like, there is cost to running this, and this is a business.
Yeah,
people forget that, right?
I'm just saying. You might, but sometimes if people knew there was going to be slightly less, and you probably get more people buying it in rather than less buying it in. So less is more. So
yeah, but imagine if there was less Fraser in this world, right? People would feel like I just got looted Fraser. How dare I get? He's not even humming today in the background. He's not eating. He's not lifting weights. He's not smelling his armpits. This is a deluded Fraser. That's what they would say. I know. And so how dare you say to this crowd here today that they, that Happs should make less money? My God.
No, it's just
where do you get off? There you go. All right, let's read some of the comments. There we go. Colin,
how you doing?
Colin's getting ready for everybody because he keeps going, I'm not ready. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready. We need to date a little longer before we.
Well. So once Colin pops up, I will go to bed. So
only on the third date, and then I might be ready to come up. But
he's on a show with Helga right now.
Oh, is that why? Oh, he's double dipping. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's what happens, eh? Yeah. I thought it was your sister, but it was your cousin I had the affair with. I'm sorry. I tried to keep it in the family.
Oh, my.
Yes, let's hit the bull. that'll fix everything. Let's do the bull.
Michael, have you sent Colin an invite?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You said you weren't ready before. What the?
No, he's ready. He's waiting for the invite. You said invite away. So
okay, let's go back to the comments here. Not yet, Dina.
He's not got it. No.
No. Do you got it now? Oh, maybe it's not letting me.
I'm going to get going, Michael, so maybe you just need some room.
It could be. Did you block him again, Fraser? Is that what it is?
Okay.
Did you block him? Be honest. Did you block him and thought he was somebody else?
Here he is. Here he comes. Here he comes.
Here he comes again.
He's got his cup of tea, his trusty cup of tea. Or whatever.
Okay, so Gary, are you staying or are you going? Fraser, are you staying or are you going? What are you doing?
I'm waiting for Colin to pop in and I'll have a quick say hello and then I'll head to the bed.
I'm going to get going and get some dirty animals here.
Gary, thank you for beautifying this broadcast. Thank you for adding woo, the right kind of woo today. The woo that the women really love. Thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you. And it's been a while since I've seen you, so I felt very blessed to have you up today.
Nice meeting you, Gary.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Desiree. I'll see you guys later.
Much love, Gary.
Take care, guys.
All right, much love, guys. Bye.
Mr. Porter.
Oh, I hear that voice.
Uh-oh.
Eric,
Hi, Colin.
how's it going?
I hear the
There's
calling.
Michael.
Hello.
Yeah, I've been.
The soothing
Bonjour.
sounds of Colin Porter.
Bonjour.
There he is.
I've been.
In all of his
Oh, look
glory.
at that background. Oh, that background's
You're going to
amazing.
get this. You're going to get like, you know, what is it when you get the first showing of something, when something happens and you're privy to that first event of it? What's it they call it?
Virginity.
No, that's not it. It's close.
Okay. So you're
I've
going to
been
pop your
working on
cherry
my,
here on our show. Is that what you're saying? Okay. There you go. You're the
You've
full
got it.
screen.
You've got it. Oh, the full screen. Excellent. I've been working
There
on
you
my
go.
Rick
Yeah.
Bozart impression.
Look at
On
that.
my Rick Bozart impression. Okay.
It looks
Are you ready?
great. It looks
ready?
great, buddy. Yeah, we're ready.
Oh, I love it.
Badges.
Yeah.
What's up, badges?
Right. Eric, you can be the judge on this. You can be the judge on this, buddy, because you know Rick a lot better than I do. Let's see if this sounds like Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Like pretty close? Isn't that pretty close? That's like Rick Bozart.
That's
There you
pretty
have it.
doggone close right there.
But after you have to go, boom, boom. Do it again. Do it again. Do the again. Do it again. Come on. Come on. Done.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It should have been. Fraser's still here. Hi, Fraser. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, no, it's just
You
saying- I
wanted
was
to say hi to Colin, right?
I just want to
Say hi to
good
him.
to see you, and I'll catch up with you later, mate. Okay.
No, wait, no. What are you doing? I thought you were going to say hello to him.
I did.
How's it going, buddy?
I did see. I just wanted to say hello. It's just good to
Hey,
see him.
give
He's
me a
looking
call.
well. And,
How about
Give
a
me a call,
virtual
buddy,
hug?
and,
Give him a virtual hug.
Give me a
next week.
call on WhatsApp.
okay. I'll
Give me a call on WhatsApp,
I'll
Fraser.
touch
I've got
base
one
with you
off.
at some point, Cole.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
now,
Randy
Colin,
shot me a
are
message
you
earlier on.
currently in another broadcast?
Yes.
Are you also in another broadcast as we're speaking? Because
Michael, really? Michael, you know my bandwidth. You know my bandwidth. Could I do 2 broadcasts? It's not going to happen, is it?
You'd find
Really?
a way. You'd
Not gonna
find a
happen.
way. You know. Sometimes you got to work with what you got.
No. No. I was in a broadcast with Helga earlier on, with somebody called Silver, who did her first broadcast. So we sort of kept her company for a little while.
Yeah, it kept breaking down. I was afraid to go in. It looked like it was going to go sideways quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Tiara.
Later, Fraser.
Tiara.
All right.
So how is everybody? Everybody having a great day, great evening? It's good to be here.
It's good to be seen with you. We love when you're here. We love when you spread yourself thin. You know, you go from place to place and space to space, and sometimes you've got one foot in one broadcast and one in another, and and then you blame the person running it, going, I didn't get an invite when you were somewhere else. What can you do?
No, I wasn't. I was sat here waiting patiently with bated breath.
Oh, C.S. Murphy.
Just
no way.
What's up, CS?
I think there's a little
Badger,
crush
how's it
going on
going?
there. I really do. Look at that. Look how excited she gets. Let's leave that alone.
No.
Say. Yeah. There's no chocolate
Yes,
there,
how's it
though.
going?
There's no chocolate there.
There's chocolate here.
Oh.
Hi, Tierra. What's up, girl?
C.S. Murphy, I invited you up if you want to come on up. Now, unfortunately, with our good friend Colin, he is not sticking his tongue out when he's freezing, because you had your tongue out there for a bit, and then it froze. But it's good; we can hear you. So he's not making
I didn't
faces.
freeze. I kept it out.
Oh,
I like
okay.
sitting with my tongue out.
Okay.
like a sleeping cat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's beautiful. So, you just farted. What's that about? You just farted. Okay, I'm going to read something flowery because we're getting nutty. Okay, you behave. I'm going to read something here. Let your love flow freely without fear or regret today. Be careful of the words you speak when you're angry. You could hurt the people who open your heart to healing. Love yourself without constantly judging every move you make in the future. Choose to be the light even when the world seems cold and dark. Boom, boom.
Nice.
There you go.
I like it. I was saying to somebody earlier on Michael, how your show has got that fine balance between, it's got a great mix of the spirituality and with your morning show and everything.
And
you
insanity.
Really seem to have mastered this. Oh, yeah, there's a dash, just a dash of insanity, but that adds a bit of spice to the mix. So I'm always pointing people, pointing people in your direction. And that's easy for you to say.
Y'all come back now. I want to read you something I absolutely love. I did not write this, but I love it. And you probably know who wrote this one as soon as I read it. But when I'm having a bad day, I read this. No joke. Okay. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute the source in you. Let us work together for unity and love. And that's what we're doing here, right?
Namaste.
Yeah.
That was Gandhi. Yeah. So C.S. Murphy, come on up. Make Desiree happy, even if you come up for like 3 to 5 minutes. Then we can feel the full essence of the man. That would be beautiful. You don't
Just
have
watching
to
him create. I mean, come on, his creations are like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
But he's a spiritual man too. We've talked about this before, Eric, right? Like there is a very spiritual side to C.S. Murphy. He doesn't really show it. It's Christopher, right? That's his first name? Is it Christopher? Is that correct?
I believe so.
I believe so.
Yeah. I hope it's right. Yeah. Oh, we got Richard Roberts here.
Richard is a great guy.
Look at
Eric. I have to ask you while I've got
he's doing the moon here or something. Look at that. Hi, Richard.
Eric.
No. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I was just going to ask Eric if Shancast's been in touch because we're supposed to be doing a broadcast with him on Friday.
Yeah. 9:30 Eastern. Okay. So.
Right. Okay.
So that's someone's hairline or the moon?
Oh.
That is the moon. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Yeah, I've been running around listening to your broadcast here, looking for batteries so I can move the motor here, and I'm on the 9. So that's just the rim here. I just saw it out there, and I'm like, whoa! Let me get this.
Wow.
To me, that looks like what before Frasier shaved his head. This is what it looked like. Yeah, kind of peach fuzzy.
Piece, you could see the whole moon. Go ahead and put me down, Michael. I'm going to change the eyepiece. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. How's everybody doing? We all good?
Here we go.
We're all good. We're all back together. Life is good.
Redamore says, Michael, remember, you are simply the best, Michael.
Not as good as you, but you never come on my show. He never comes on. He says nice things from the shadows, but he never comes up. I don't know what that's about. I think I'm a little much for some people. What do you think, Eric? I might just be a little much for some.
No.
I love the way you talk.
They're just, yeah.
I want to hear that. What'd you say? What?
I love the way you like your accent. I love the way you talk.
The way I talk?
You have O's that are like slanged.
Yeah.
Like Canadians have that like oh, you're like I can't even say it now. Look, I'm all pixelated now.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Yeah, it's okay. I want to reach out to Frasier right now and just say to him, I don't have any hair envy with you. I'm sorry that I brought up that the full moon looked like your hair. I wasn't too sure. That was what would that be? What? That's not a full moon. What is that? That's a smidgen moon.
Smidgen moon. That was like a mohawk moon.
That was
the mohawk moon.
That was that dash of insanity. That was that dash of insanity just creeping in there.
Oh, it's not creeping. It's been in there a long time.
It's in there.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah.
I feel like Rick is in the room.
Okay.
Randy,
Yeah. Barry White show.
I'll have Randy to bit.
Yeah.
Randy's got his woo.
Give thanks. Never give thanks. It's like, what the heck?
Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
The last song he did last night was the best. Like, it was one of his, and the way he just moved with it, slowed down. Like you were saying in that one song, it was really well pronounced in the Barry voice.
You could hear it.
And his last song was just like, bam.
Yeah. So he fully got into the Barry White mode.
Yeah.
At the end, yeah. I in some ways I felt like it was a little disrespectful. I've also just invited Ted Hicks. You know what I did? I went in and I suggest this to anybody who's doing a broadcast. If you've invited a crap load of people and a crap load of people have already been in, go into your invite part and uninvite them. And it'll and then you'll have less glitching. Because I must have invited 20 people and we had 7 come up. I tonight was I have to color my hair. I have to cut my toenails. I've hurt my left ear, and I'm feeling very sensitive right now. I'm in the midst of eating. I've lost my way. I will not go on your show. Thank you.
Oh, that was a really good poem.
Yes, yeah, that was one of the best I've ever written. That one.
But these are genuine reasons. I mean, the reasons I get. I had somebody cancel on me. They said, "Sorry, Cole, can't do it tonight. I'm plaiting my pubes."
Yeah,
they're plaiting their pubes.
Yeah, really.
Wow.
Well, the depth of this conversation is just mind blowing. Well, I'm going to read something spiritual now. After that, thank you for this divine moment in time. I cherish moments like this when God speaks words of deep reflection. Yes, very deep reflection. Now, this show has been brought to you by Dark Chocolate. Thank you. And any subsidiary of people who would like to supply dark chocolate to Desiree, please send thousands of chocolate bars to her house and she will test them for you.
I sure will.
We're trying to get the song by the Beach Boys, Good Vibrations. But if that doesn't work out, we're going to get the Bee Gees, How Deep Is Your Love? Yes. You know, when I would be very, very sad or I had a really kind of melancholy day, I would put the Bee Gees on. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that would do it. When I was a melancholy too, yeah.
Yeah. But they wrote so many beautiful songs, right? Great writers.
They did some for Diana Ross as well, Michael. I mean, obviously, if you're into the Bee Gees, you'll get that. But yeah, they did. All joking apart, they've done some phenomenal pieces of literature and placed that to music, and it sounds absolutely phenomenal.
You know the song "Islands in the Stream"? That is what we are. Nothing.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, and Kenny Rogers, right? That was the Bee Gees.
Yeah. Oh wow!
And if you listen to it, you can hear that is Bee Gees. It is in there.
I'm not sure which one it was. They've actually done some backing. I think it could be that one. But there was a song that they did for some well-known artists, and they actually did the backing. And if you listen carefully, you can hear the Bee Gees in the background.
You never know what direction we're going to go in here. You know, it's one thing. So I'm honestly, guys, I'm going to end the show soon here. So if anybody wants to come up, including Retta, I would love for you to come up. I'm going to invite you. So if you're going to do it in the next 10 minutes or so. and if I feel the flow. But what I'm trying to do right now, and I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Oh, you got the cards out. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll do a collective card read.
Oh, we like that. We like that. Do we have
collective card read?
Now, are you saying the room? Or are you saying in the
everybody who's watching?
Oh, yeah. I love that. Okay. A boot. What does that mean? A boot.
With the way you say about.
That's how Canadians say about. They say a boot. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Apparently.
Okay. So Christopher, that is your name, right? Just tell me yes or no. I'm saying it.
C.S. Murphy got what I was saying. He was trying to say the same thing I was trying to say.
Well, you guys are vibing. That's what's going on. You know, like we don't need to be. We don't need to be.
Your accent is amazing. That's why I love Canadian accents. It's just like, wow. I have a friend who lives next door to me, and she sounds Canadian. I'm like, are you Canadian? She's like, no. I was like, but you ow, like you ow your O's. So all the O's sound like ow.
Still going. What? What's he saying there, Michael? Grizz, have you come up yet? Grizz, I invited you earlier. I think you took off, went to another broadcast. All right. Do you guys sometimes have to invite people 2 and 3 times? Have you noticed that, Eric?
No, I sometimes I just forget. I get so wrapped up in everything else. I'm like, but most of the time I'm on later and people aren't up.
Dina D says she loves the Bee Gees. Okay, so write down your favorite Bee Gees song. What's your favorite one, Colin? That would be hard for me.
Mine's easy. Mine is,
yeah.
It could have been written for me, and it goes, I started a joke. Yeah, you know the one?
And the whole world started.
We started the whole world crying.
Laughing or crying. Yeah.
No, crying, because he started a joke and people were crying, and then he finally died and people started living, and yeah. Great song, great lyrics. They must have been in some kind of deep place when they wrote that one.
How about you, Eric? Do you know the Bee Gees very well?
Not well enough to know the names of the song. I mean, I know them, but I'd have to hear them to know them. Is that one Staying Alive? No, that's not.
Yeah, that's one.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Staying Alive. Yeah. Oh, look at he's here. You brought the cards out, and here he is. Look at that.
What's up, CS?
And look how it worked out. He's right beside you. Just reach out and touch him. There you go.
Say what now? I'm sorry.
Say what?
Say what now?
So it is Christopher, right?
Correct. Yes.
Daniel.
Okay, so
they wrote Grease.
There is a spiritual side. I'm trying to be respectful with you. I'm trying to be very respectful, but it's not a side you really show very often, is it? Except in your work. Like Desiree does not know you're a Reiki master, aren't you?
Oh, me? Yeah. Well,
yeah. Oh,
I mean.
Oh, we lost.
No, he's
I'm here. I'm just getting rid of my gross green screen setup.
I love that background. This is awesome.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter to us. You know, like look at our. Well, you know, he's competing with Colin now. Okay.
You got the two impressive backgrounds.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, that's better. I feel better about that. I want you guys looking at my room.
Yeah. So can you describe a little bit about, you know, your spiritual practices, the type of things that you do? Do you meditate?
On occasion, not as much as I would like to. When I'm under great stress, Sometimes I hear a little voice in my head that's like, take a time out, and I'll do a couple of breathing exercises and just breathe and breathe out and just kind of filter out the bad vibes, because I know that they're only, temporary, and that, our bodies are always in this, complete, it's always working to make sure that we're balanced out, in other words. So I tune into that rather than take on someone else's baggage, which 9 times out of 10, when you're mounting an unnecessary stress response, it just seems like it's coming from someone else and you didn't do your own homework and you fell for it, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about emotional vampires? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like psychic vampirism, when someone's talking to you and you're like dozing off, but you're not trying to be disrespectful. It's just the fact that those people are, involuntarily kind of sucking you dry while they're talking to you, and it's sometimes not even their fault. They don't even know that they're doing it, but it's nice to kind of like root yourself and have a conversation where that your feet are rooted into the earth, so to speak, so you don't fall for that stuff.
Do you ever partake in readings where you have a direct reading with someone? Have you ever done that with the initial D? This sounds like Des or Ray.
Maybe. Yeah, I've done a few like Reiki. I have some, not Reiki, but tarot cards, and I'm a believer of that only because I've asked the same questions 3 times after fully taking 5 minutes to shuffle a deck, and the same card came out. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna F around with the periphery of energy and the cosmos that's there, kind of like making sure that we're okay on a regular basis. So I don't even know what your question was. I'm just kind of.
No, I liked it. Do you know what happened there? I think you got carried away with the energy in the room.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot when you have these individuals in here, the collective. There'll be times, I'm not kidding, I cannot form a sentence. It is so bad. The energy is so high.
Right.
I'm going to go down here so we're not using so much. Okay.
Do you consider, like, when you're doing your artwork, a form of meditation?
Absolutely. A whole bunch of things come at me when that happens, for sure. Especially when I'm doing something where I'm not just moving my wrist around for muscle memory. It's like I have an intention artistically to perform something, and when my thoughts and whatever interfaces, whether it be genius or whatever, kind of synergizes with my creativity, you enter that that flow, right? Because sometimes even like I think Picasso said it, it's like unless you have like long bouts of solitude, you can't really make real art. And I think it takes a lot for you to actually get into that mode of thinking, and to be taken out of it prepubescently is a disservice to your own creativity. So meditation and having an intention artistically, especially if someone's going to view it and judge it. Not that I care about the judgment part. I don't do art and think, oh God, I hope everybody likes this. I hope I get a lot of likes. I hope I get 20 new Instagram followers. It's not about that at all. It's more like resonating with someone and someone coming out of the woodwork and going, hey, you know what? I really feel that piece. Thank you for making that. That's more of a gratitude that I feel more energetically than 500 likes on a post.
Right. Yeah.
So what possessed you? I've got you on full screen right now. What possessed you to design what you have going on behind you there? I've wanted to ask you this from the first time I saw you. Is this yours, or did you take this from somewhere? Is this?
Yes and no. I'm at the point in my life right now where I have a vast skill set in pretty much everything artistically, with the exception of watercolor. Need to work on that a bit, but the whole the lower thirds graphics and the rotating graphics and stuff like that are things that I've been exploring and wasting a good amount of my own time on. So to answer your question in long form, yes, these are my own creative icons and things like that, but it is a templatized thing that I purchased to save myself time. I just removed all the things that were in it and filled in my own thing behind there.
Yeah, because I find it interesting when I look at it. Okay, the words that I'm seeing, imagine, right? Like, what would life be without imagination? And then you've got create, which is what everybody, I think, is the juice of life, is being a creator of some sort. And then, my God, how many people do you inspire? Like, that one side right there is enough. You're inspiring all kinds of people on this channel. But I'm hoping today I'm going to bring Desiree back up here for a second. Now, Desiree, are you going to give him a reading, or are you going to give the room a reading?
Oh, it's for the whole collective. So like anybody who's watching or listening.
Okay. All right.
Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Well, so on the screen, like on my TV, it shows I'm really blurry. So I don't know if I'm blurry in your little screens on your like in your program. So if you want to see the cards, just click on my face. I'm really blurry there.
This happens anytime that you get in state. I've noticed this.
Mm-hmm.
It does,
right?
Doesn't it?
Like
it's weird.
Yeah, but the weird thing about it, folks, is that I know this is hard to believe, but when you look at her in the room, she's crystal clear. But if you look at her on the video, she is a pixelated mess. So I don't understand. So there has to be some different realm. Okay, Christopher, like that?
Yeah, that's pretty
You're
funny.
just gonna start calling him Christopher from now on instead of CS.
Whatever floats your boat.
That's
I just
cool.
made it CS because I like C.S. Lewis, and there's way too many Christopher Murphys on Google. If you Google my name, there are hundreds, if not thousands of them, and it kind of put me in a weird state where I'm like, I'm just not authentic or original or anything. So
The way you put your name, it flows. It flows.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that.
So right now, I know everybody's going through a watery state right now. It's definitely a Pisces within the Pisces energy. So we got a water energy coming up. Definitely a cleansing, a new rebirth of old like energy coming up that no longer persists, and cleansing it out with water. So as we're all going through these humongous rainstorms, make sure that you take yourself outside and to stand there in the rain and to acknowledge that, you know, the rain helps cleanse all that unnecessary stagnant energy that you have built up. So in a way, you know, all these electronics and all these EMF frequencies and stuff, you know, really hold stagnant in the human body. So when you go outside when it's pouring rain, or when you take a shower or you drink more water, it really helps cleanse all those energy fields and helps you become more balanced. So definitely get some water in your life. And that was number 61 for you, Eric. Now we have Taming the Wind, number 55. So there may be arguments or things that are coming up through certain aspects in your life, or people who are in your life that have something against you, or you've been having arguments with people where you don't see eye to eye. Well, it's time to have that forgiving nature of yourself, taming the wind within your own self, realizing the other side of that person's perspective in a sense of way too. So really digging deep within your own self and seeing yourself as, like Eric and I were saying, like a transparent mirror, if I can say it like that. You know, and noticing all these things about that person that is a mirror image to your own self, and all those triggers that we were talking about this last week, and issues that are being brought up. You can go with the water and really help tame that wind down a little bit more, help ground you with the essence of, you know, bringing yourself back to earth and forgiving people. Because, you know, having things on your heart too much can really bring you down and can really hurt yourself in that sense of way. So we have the Coyote that's coming up, number 12. So it seems to be a lot of people are having this initial desire to do or act upon something, or at this moment, and we're really having this huge shift of energy going forward. So with the desire part, you're having to go into that shadow part of your own self digging into your shadow essence. What is it about other people that's triggering you that I was talking about with the taming, the wind? So there's other people in your life that are triggering you and bringing these upsetting issues up to you. So what is the root cause of those situations that the coyote is telling you? So remembering that the coyote is a sacred trickster and maybe leading you into challenges to ensure you that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. So if you have something set in motion, like a desire or something that's going forward with moving on to your path that you really want to go to, make sure that you do know there are obstacles that are in the way, and the coyote will trick you with those different obstacles. So there are going to be other trigger moments that are going to come up with that motion of desire that you really want to go after. So make sure that you are prepared for that upcoming. And the final card for the first set here is the eagle. Know that you are protected. Know that you are grounded and loved and blessed beyond all. Know that you can fly above all this situation that anybody's going through, and know that you can take everything to a higher level than what you really think you can. That this shift is happening within you, within everybody, and with the whole synchronistic formula of this whole entire universe, of what we call. So knowing that you can fly higher than everything else, and the protection energy is right there. So when you think that something bad's going to happen, just keep flowage and keep faith. That's all you really have to do. So the three last cards that I have is for to tie this all in together is number 24. Did I say that number? It was 16 for the eagle, Eric.
Thank you.
Sorry. 24 is universal heart. We're all in this together. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, it has a tie-in with every single aspect of this universe. We are all in this as a synchronistic frequency. So when something happens on your end, it is going to vibrate on somebody else's end too. So we are all we all have a part in this universal world together. We all have this tie-in together. So it's when the Syrian energy is with the water. So we have two dolphins here at the bottom with the angels at the top. So they're really coming in and really bringing in a huge blast of energy and telling every single one of us that we are all connected, that we are all loved, and we are blessed. And this is where we're all going to bring peace to one another, is when we start seeing each other for a mirror image of one another, as a mirror transparent image. Choose peace. Instead of fighting with one another, choose that peace and know that you were born to create. So a dark... You're good. She's watching Teen Titans. Okay. So a beautiful dark blue dragon is coming in with an egg, saying you were born to create. You were born to have this energy, to be that co-creator of what we call life. So know that you are all loved and blessed in many ways. Much love.
Yay! That was beautiful.
That was very profound.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Great. We are all connected. We have to. We tend to forget that, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter came down with a cosplay costume of Raven today.
Oh, no way.
From Teen Titans.
So cool.
So, there again is the bringing together.
Yes. The synchronicity. Is that what you're saying there? Okay. You're on camera again, Colin, so don't do anything weird. Okay. Okay. I just thought I'd warn him. He was reading a book earlier. So it's okay. Is that a heart? I heart you too, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just thinking about my uncle. He was, I sort of went off in a tangent, and he got into exercise at 60, and he started walking 5 miles a day at 60. And it's his birthday today. He's 95. We haven't got a clue where the hell he is.
Well done. Touche. Okay, so listen, we're going to end this. We're at 2 hours. This is way over my normal. We can all do our little gratitude thing here. Christopher, if you don't mind, I would love to know what you're thinking of the reading first of all, and then if you could just tell us what you're grateful for, that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's funny because Desiree said something about the collective and that it's all about the community. And it's funny because whether or not you're spiritual, there's some type of wanting to connect, which is why we're all on these social media apps to actually connect, not only to display our uniqueness and what we're talented with, but also to share that with people and to keep a rapport with people, because I'm not on here to kind of BS around and play around. You guys are dear to me because I'm time with you, and I believe that's the most valuable commodity that we could spend on this planet, because we all have tickers going on right now in our lives. Like, time's ticking and we're spending it together, so that means something to me. So that's one thing I'm grateful for, while speaking about this collective consciousness thing. One thing, not to go off on a tangent, but there's this guy named Bashar that I used to listen to.
Love
and
him.
He was like this medium dude that used to channel like a collective consciousness.
Yeah.
And the collective consciousness was made up of hundreds of people. All of them are speaking supposedly through this one conduit, who is this person. I forget his name.
Daryl
Anka. Yeah. And he's so well versed. As soon as he goes into a trance, he's very well spoken. He never trips on his words. I'm always looking for him to screw up somewhere. But anyways, aside from that, his point is that he's speaking and representing hundreds of people, supposedly, because everyone learned how to, forgive my French, but get their shit together on their planet and work in unity, not in a divisive way that we still are right now as a planet, as a species. So I feel that, like, live streaming and the things that we're doing right now is to better understand how we can play an integral part in celebrating this like union individuation process, where we're celebrating each other's uniquenesses, but at the same time we understand that we're all in this together. We're all in the same globe. Mike, you're not are on some other planet. Eric, Colin, Desiree, we're not all on 5 different planets, although we have those in here, because we have the imagination to create multiverses. We might not be aware of it, but it's true, I feel, at least.
Yeah,
but I think it's all about, this channeling and to put grand concepts together collectively to make the whole a better place. So I think one of the things that I'm grateful for is, again, just being with you guys and to be able to talk about these broad concepts without being, lambasted or ridiculed because I'm thinking about something that not too many people think about, because it tampers in my head all the time when I'm creating, when I'm doing, like, I'm always gestating these vast, concepts that no one wants to talk about. So I feel elated that I can jump on your mic and Eric and you guys and just talk about whatever, and not
I disagree with one thing though that you're saying.
What's that?
There is a collective within this collective called Happs that is very open to what I call woo, and it is growing. And more and more people are putting their toe in the pond. Hey there. Hi, beautiful.
There's Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, buddy?
And Richard.
Yeah. It's
how's it going, Richard?
We got a full house, but you were saying something in there, and time keeps ticking. What is that? Time keeps on ticking.
Yeah.
Ticking.
Into the future. No, that's actually Steve Miller.
Is it?
I want to fly like an eagle to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Yeah. But you're right, it is very Pink Floyd-ish. That's what I thought first too. That was my first guess.
Yeah, I get Zappa confused with Bowie all the time, so I get it.
Well, it depends what weed we're smoking, right?
I guess so.
Yeah,
Right.
Okay, yeah.
I struggle with ABBA, but that's by the way.
Do you? Yeah. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's crazy
It's a
here.
long day on the grid for me today.
Yes.
But I did it, he says.
But I would love for you to feel free to come here anytime. I know Eric would love to have you on, Christopher, anytime. Or CS if you prefer better. But to me, you're Christopher. But I love that you displayed a different side of yourself today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I
for
really
allowing me to
appreciate
express
that you. Well, that's a very intimate side for most people to share. So for you to do that, that was pretty amazing. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's your show, Michael. Because at the end of the day, when I first came on Happs, I sort of laid my spirituality to rest, laid it to rest for, crikey, 10 years, 12 years, something like that. And I came onto your show, and that sparked something. That triggered something. Then I met Eric and Des and everybody, and I was talking again tonight to Helga, and then CS comes on tonight and starts talking about the different realms and the ability to create. And I'm thinking, this really is the place that I'm supposed to be. So thank you.
Well, I honestly, to be real, I think tonight, Christopher, Eric, and Desiree are really holding the space. And that's the thing. You can be the host, but it doesn't mean you hold the show. I'm just the person who somehow we got together. And
the facilitator.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't realize that Eric is doing stuff as we speak. And when we're off camera, he was doing energy work. But I don't know, Christopher. I really believe that for you to get to the next level, if that's important to you, I think you're going to need to show more of that side, because there is a hunger right now, a calling in the universe for people like you that are. You use every facet of your brain. I don't know if I've ever met someone who's such an onion. There's so many levels to you. And I remember the first time we talked in the green room, and I was like, wow, okay, this is a multi-dimensional universe going on within Christopher's mind. I was like, there is a lot going on there. Yeah. So, but I think when you tap into that, then you also get creatively connected to like the Akashic records. Which is the all-knowing, all-seeing, all the information that ever was, the timeless wisdom. I think the greatest artists in the world tap into that, especially music ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes they heighten it with drugs, but we won't go there. That's another show.
Yeah.
All right, so who wants to be next grateful?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go. Go on, Eric.
All right. Okay. I really want to say thank you, Christopher, for saying exactly what you did. That was prophetic, and the time that you brought up, and then Michael brought up the song "Time Keeps on Ticking and Ticking," and the eagle and the water flying over the water, and that all tied in with Desiree's reading there. And I wrote down, for me, I'm a Pisces, so the water and the emotion and all that is very important. And so I'm very grateful for water, because water is life. Through a lot of my dreams as a child, I was connected to the movement called Standing Rock that happened a few years back. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. And their ongoing slogan was "Water is life." And I'm grateful for the rain today. Like Desiree was saying, it can wash away so many different things and bring in a sense of renewal. And to finish it off, I'm grateful for everybody on this platform, everybody that I've met on this platform. And thank you, Michael, for paving the way for us.
Oh, I'm humbled by everybody in here. Okay, yeah. Richard, tell us what you're grateful for, sir.
Oh, just being able to hang out with you all, man. You said it all, and you know, I'm just goofing off here and stuff, and you guys are the show. I'm just the clown act.
I totally disagree.
I know. I'm just
Can you do a shameless plug of your show in the morning?
It's not a show. It's just a broadcast. I don't make it out. It's just me getting on my soapbox and getting my day started and sharing a little bit of my trying to get, because I think when you come out of the gate, you got one of two natures. You can have a bad day or a good day. I want to start off with a good day. I mean, if I do have some bumps in the road, I'll have more good than bad, and it'll be a good day at the end of the day. And so it's just it's not really a show. I love being on Happs. To the fact that seeing you all and popping in, and it's just amazing. I'm going back to my Blab days there that Colin knows. We had a blast. This is Blab on steroids, guys. This is great. And,
it is. It almost supersedes the original. It supersedes. It really does. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
supersedes.
And it just seeing some people. There's a gentleman, Nazim. I don't know if you remember Nazim, Colin, over there in Milan. He's coming back. He's a great guy.
Awesome.
And Michael here, you just you know, giving us a chance to jump on your broadcast to do the song and dance and stuff, and everybody's enjoying it, and that's what we need in this world, as far as you know, because we're all on the same planet. As far as that goes.
Well, it depends on who you're talking to, right?
Well, that's true. Yeah. That's a given. But
some of us not so much.
Just so you all know, I do honestly, from the heart, appreciate all you guys broadcasting here and stuff like that, because I don't watch TV anymore. I just come over here on the computer desk.
Hell yeah.
Neither do I, man.
Joy, you know.
The greatest form of entertainment is our people's truths, I believe, you know?
Well, it's you're sharing something. And like you said, Mr. C.S. Murphy, because you are a rock star in my book, man. What you do, oh my God.
Oh, dude, thank you. I appreciate that.
Amazing. It's just, you know, people are spending their time. I mean, I have my morning broadcast. If I get 3 or 4 ticks on the eyeball, I call that a success. I'm getting like 50 to 100. And it's like, holy crap. You know, I'm just a small fry, and I'm having fun. That's the bottom line. Having fun and enjoying it and stuff like that. And there's just good people here. That's the bottom line. So
connection. It's all about connection, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Desiree, do you want to say what you're grateful for?
Oh yeah. I'm just grateful to be alive at this moment. Like you all said, to be here, you know, speaking with one another, and, you know, grateful for the rain. Definitely having a
She's like, grateful? What about me, man?
Okay. Grateful for having a kid. So grateful. Great. Just like you guys said, I feel the same.
And chocolate.
Yes.
Always a chocolate.
Lots of
yes. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I didn't forget anybody.
Whoa.
Did I? No.
Yes, me. You forgot me.
Forgot Colin. Yeah.
I thought Colin did his great gratitude, didn't he?
No.
No?
Give Colin the last word.
Last word. We like that. Okay, here you go, my friend. Sorry about that. For some reason, I thought you did gratitude. I think we're too linked.
Cast aside.
Cast aside. Yes.
Right. What am I grateful for?
Yes. Not that Michael.
Calling a spade a spade. Calling a spade a spade, then, if I can just take this opportunity to say that, hand on heart, I'm grateful for you, Michael Bathurst, because without you being the facilitator, so many great people wouldn't have come into my life. So I'm grateful to Michael.
The check is in the mail. Thank you so much for that.
No joke. No joke.
Oh, see, that's the way to, right there. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Let's get the bell. Let's get the bells ringing. Yeah, let's do that. So listen, if you're feeling slightly constipated, if you feel like you haven't fully released your inner chi, and you feel like your Gia pad is not growing on your forehead, just listen to the wonderful, soothing sounds of Eric. Eric will come to your house, ward off spirits, and yes, if you have an infestation of bugs, they will all run out the walls after he does this. Look at that. It's all true. Helga, we love you. We love you so much.
We do.
Yeah. Well, we're going to end it there, folks. Thank you so much for everyone who was here. I hope that we can do this again. This was a wonderful connection of so many beautiful people together. And I really, really appreciate the time that we spent together. It felt kind of like higher love, didn't it?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
Take care.